सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. In this Vidura Neethi, in the third chapter, when Dhritarashtra asked Vidura, you are telling wonderful things, dharmartha sahitam vachaha, it is giving me some relief from the tension and anxiety. Can you please continue? Then the Sri Vidurji started telling ki the samadrushti is much more greater than having visited all the Tirtha Yatras, Tirtha Kshetras. That was the main topic. Telling him directly only to have first samadrushti between Pandavas, Kauravas. Among them, then secondly, whoever deserve, give them whatever. The Pandavas deserve the kingdom because they are senior, they are elder, they matured. The Kauravas, the Duryodhana, they need some kicks because they are misbehaving. तो तुम इस तरह से पहले समदृष्टि लाकर फिर किससे क्या करना है करो. Like the lawyer has samadrushti for all. Judge, sorry. Then after listening to all both the arguments, after maintaining samadrushti, depending on the proof of that crime, etc., he gives punishment. And he is after giving punishment also samadrushti. Sometimes he does acquittance also. Convict or acquit. He is samadrushti. So to you be in samadrushti first of all. Thereafter, then who deserves what, give it. If you are not having samadrushti, you are biased, you have mistaken at the very first step. Later on, you can never do the right thing. That was the idea. Then he started giving the story of that Keshini, ready for marriage, waiting in that Swayamvara. Then the son of Prahladaji called Virochana. And Virochana Indra also again have the Brahma Vidya learned from the Prajapati Brahmadeva. Then that also topic comes. Virochana finally takes the body as a self and he goes. But Indra 3 times, 36 years, he serves the Guru. Then to him, dhire, Brahma Vidya is taught. Indra Virochana Samvad. We study in course of our one of the Upanishads. So here, then she was ready. With Virochana came. Then, oh, I'm ready to marry you. Then she says, in what way you are greater or better than Sudhanva? Why should not I marry Sudhanva? Then he says, no, we are the kings now. All these human beings, devatas are nothing in front of us now. He was in that arrogance. She did not argue. She says, okay, let's wait till Sudhanva comes tomorrow. We will finalize. Then they waited. Next day, early morning flight. Sudhanva came and whatever the way. Then being a Brahmana, she just received him with all Argyapadya. And then being a competitor, this Virochana made him sit next to him. But this Sudhanva says, no, I will not sit, but you gave me, I respect it, but touching. Like Hanumanji does it with Mainak. Then he had always arrogance and he also wanted that girl to be his wife. But as a formality, he is as if offered the asana. But when he did not receive it, he felt arrogant or disturbed. Then he became angry. Oh, Sudhanva, nahi, Virochana. He said, you Brahmanas deserve to sit there only. You don't deserve to sit with me. These all a little stories told by Vidura, hinting only. If Dhritarashtra and you and I are little wiser, what are the unsaid sentences behind, we should be able to catch. Finally, he also replies this Brahmana, कि these are the people who can sit together, not others. And he says, तुम क्या तुम्हारा बाप भी नीचे बैठता है जब मैं आता हूँ? तुम तो from childhood are misguided or you are just still your childishness has not gone away. That's how the Sudhanva need to give reply to put that fellow in check. Therefore, he does it. But lot of the message is in that which we are not studying deeply, exhaustively. See, one of the messages what Prahlada is a Kshatriya and this Sudhanva is Brahmana. Brahmanas are always respected as Kshatriya, irrespective of whatever their position. But correspondingly, the Brahmanas also reciprocate with all the Anugraha Ityadi, with the guidance, with the love, with all that. But Taratama mein always the Kshatriya is Tara and Brahmana is Tama. Uttara and Uttama. Uttara Uttama. So what yesterday said was ki पिता हिते समासीनम उपासीतैव मामधः. Even your father also, when he sees me seated, he will sit below only. Balah sukhaidito gehe nattam kinchana buddhyase. Means right from childhood, you are just pampered and tampered. Therefore, these all etiquettes are common senses you don't know. Only one sentence may is Sudhanva has cut all the ego of this Virochana. Now Virochana says, from here we have to chant Hiranyam va gavashvam va yadvittama sureshunaha Sudhanvan vipane kitena prashnam pruchavaye viduho. So, who is better among us? To find the answer, whoever is better, what should be the bet we have to have? So that Virochana says, Hiranyam, should we bet on the gold? Gava, Ashwam, cows and horses and all cattle? Or yet Vittam Asureshunaha, whatever the wealth we have, we will put it as a bet. Whoever wins, to them the things go. And what is the bet here? Who is better? A Brahmana Sudhanva or a Kshatriya? This a Vishwarup, Virochana. Who is better? This is what is the question. That's it. Okay, and that who is better to decide, there are hundreds of things. कोई ज्ञान के दृष्टि से, कोई युद्ध विद्या के दृष्टि से, hundreds of things can be tested. And in some, this fellow may win, this fellow, some may, this may win. But finally, which is given more weight? According to the winner decide, in general. But in this context, all this never happens. They go to a highest authority who is wise and unbiased. And that is a lesson to be taught to Dhritarashtra. Be wise because you are an elder person, and be unbiased because you are a matured person. Accordingly, you take decision, which will be in the interest of all. That's the thing to be conveyed later on. So, Sudhanvan Vipane Tena Prashnam Pruchava Ye Viduhu. So let us go and ask those who know about it. But this is what I think we should put as a bet. Either gold or cows and horses or entire other wealths which I have, whether they may be the horses or chariots or let us say the buildings or different ornaments, जो भी कहो पूरा राज्य को ही हम दाव पे लगाते as if. Then Sudhanva uvacha. Sudhanva very simple. Hiranyam cha gavashvam cha tavai vastu virochana. है हिरण्य गवा अश्व इसका बेट में लगा क्या फायदा नो प्राणयोस्तु पणं कृत्वा प्रश्नं पृच्छाव ये विदु. Let us put our own prana as the panam. Panam is bet. Let us ask the question about who is better among you. Ye viduhu, the one who knows. Prana hi. So if you are said by that person as get better than me, I will die. Means my pranas are in your hands. You can kill me and marry her. Main thing is marrying her. Here the whole this Astinapura Raja is Keshini. The Pandavas are this Sudhanva. And the Kauravas are this Virochana. And Dhritarashtra is Prahlada. This is what the simile. पहले मैंने बता दिया so that there is no time waste or confusion. Very clear. Then pranayostu panam krutva prashnam pruchava ye viduhu. So he says, if they say that you are greater than me, my pranas are in your hand, you can kill. If I am told as great, your pranas in my hands, I can kill and whatever I want, I can do. विरोचना वाचा. ओके, शॉर्टकट में चल रहा है स्टोरी कि आवाम कुत्र गमिष्यावः प्राणयोर विपणे कृते. ओके, आई अग्री टू योर प्राण इन द विपण इन दिस बेटर. लेट अस गो वेयर. देन ही सेज विरोचना न तो देवेषु हम स्थाता न मनुष्येषु करेचित्. Because we are in Rakshasa Vamsha, how can I trust Devatas and Manusha who are virodhi to us all the time? Therefore, they may not give us the answer. Correct answer. They may be biased. So where to go? You suggest. See the discussion so smoothly happening. They're not fighting arrogantly like that. But they have ego or little anger with each other because the common point is sought by both of them. That Keshini, both of them want. Where to go? You tell. Then Sudanva says, Spitaram te gamishyavaha pranayor vipane krite. Having put the bet of the life only, let us go to your father only. No, father is Prahlada. Prahlada is a Rakshasa. But he is a human being, Sudanva. Then how can he trust on Prahlada, though Rakshasa? But he trusts because Putrasyapi nahetor hi Prahlado nanrutam vadet. There is a world में हर जगह बताया हुआ truth है. Everybody knows. Even for the sake of his son also, Prahlada will not speak untruth or lie. चाहे पुत्र का ही बात हो, वो झूठ नहीं बोलेंगे. आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट ऑफ दैट. Therefore, let us go to your own father. See the faith of this Brahmana on the Prahlada and see the fame and name of Prahlada, that it is honest. He is honest always. Therefore, they go. Then Prahlada Uvacha, they reached. Cut, fast story. Imau tau sampradrusyete yabhyam na charitam saha. Hare, suddenly I am seeing these two opposite poles come together who never met each other, never came across any occasion to meet each other. He is seeing his son Virochana coming along with this Sudhanva. That also आशी विषय इव क्रुद्धौ एकमार्गौ विहागतौ. एक ही रास्ते से आए, but you see the face of them, they are like as angry as a poisonous fuming snakes. Both of them are so much angry. Both of them are fuming like the snakes. Never met each other. Then he said, Kim vai saha evam charato napura charatas saha virochana etat pruchami kim te sakyam sudanvana. Hare, I never saw you coming to meeting together each earlier. How come you are coming together today? Hey Virochan, his own son, is it that you became friends or what? Prahlada is asking. Then the son Virochana says, Name Sudhanvana Sakyam. No. How can I have friendship with you? In fact, we came in a competition. Pranayor Vipanavahe. We are having the bet of prana on each other. Prahlada Tattvam Pruchami Mam Prashnam Anutam Vadehe. So, so he is asking, Father hai, Tattvam Pruchami Ma Prashnam Anutam Vadehe. Please speak truth only, don't speak lies. So, the first line you can say as said by the Virochana कि नमे सुधनना सक्नम प्राणियोर विपणावहे. मुझे सुधनवा से दोस्ती नहीं है, हम तो प्राण दाव पे लगाकर आए हैं. आई थिंक सेकंड लाइन मस्ट बी सेड बाय द सुधनवा कि प्रहलाद तत्वम पृच्छामि मां प्रश्नम अनृतम वदेहे. तो आई एम आस्किंग यू द फैक्ट ट्रुथ, टेल द ट्रुथ ओनली, डोंट टेल द लाइज. बट लाइक Keshini, Prahlada being Kshatriya, when he saw the Brahmana Sudhanva coming, he also does Satkara to him. He can't do Satkara to beta. Jaake pav do kya? He will send the child. But he, Brahmana, he did what? Prahlada vacha, Udakam madhuparkam va apyayanastu Sudhanvane Brahman abhyarchaniyosi Shveta gauh pivari krita. Immediately asked, ordered, bring the Udakam water, bring the madhuparkam va, and apyayanahatu, all the gifts Sudhanvane, for the sake of the Brahmana Sudhanva who came to us. Then Brahman abhyarchaniyosi, he is saying to Brahman Sudhanva, you are Brahmana, so you are worthy of getting all puja respect from us. Shveta gauh pivari kruta, for your sake a white cow is kept ready, which is pivari, well fed, well fat. So Hiranyadanam, Bhudanam, Godanam, all are done to Brahmana. This Prahlada is doing to this Sudhanva. Then Sudhanva says, Sudhanva vacha, Udakam madhuparakam cha patishvevarpitam mama prahladatvam tume tatyam prashnam prabruhi pruchataha kim brahmana shreyam saha utaho swid virochanaha. So, Virochana is, sorry, Sudhanva is saying to the Prahladji, Udakam madhuparkam cha. I'm not taking the water, Madhuparka. Patishveva arpita mama. When I was coming en route only, I am given that. I am not in the need of them. Prahlada, tantume tatyam prashnam prabruhi prachda. You give me the answer, the correct answer to my question. I came for that. Not for all the Atiti Satkara. These are all secondary. Is it not? No, all these are again the stories. I'm not connecting and telling each one of them. When the ambassador Lord Krishna is sent, how Duryodhana tried to pacify him with giving Chappan Bhoga. Later on, when Krishna did not yield, how he tried to bind Krishna himself. Somehow he wanted the Rajya Lakshmi. So too here Prahlada trying to pamper Sudhanva, or by nature he is a great devotee. Whatever may be the case, Sudhanva says, I have not come to receive these things, or nor I come with this type of purpose as an Atithi. I came with a definite purpose. I want an answer from you. You answer it. This is secondary. Let's not make that primary. Primary is answer me. What is the question? Kim Brahmana Asit Shreyam Saha Utahosit Virochana. Is the Brahmana Shrestha or the Kshatriyas or your son Virochana? कौन श्रेष्ठ है बताओ. This straight question. प्रहलाद वाच. What प्रहलाद said? पुत्र एको मम ब्रह्मन. अरे ब्रह्मन मेरा तो एक ही पुत्र है, लाडला प्यारा. And tamcha sakshadiya astita, and you are the Brahmana standing in front of me. Both are so precious and valuable. If I tell answer on one person's favor, other has to die. That is a bet you did. Tayor yuvadato prashnam katam asman vibhodo vadhe. You are doing this vidana and came to me for solution. How can I answer? You have put me in a fix. I am jammed now because by nature I have to respect you, Brahmana. But this fellow is my son, only son. See, these are all the dialogues said by Dhritarashtra, Mera Puttar, Mera Beta. Not only, but the eldest one. Same story. Dhritarashtra and Prahlada. You are Prahlada ke tarah tum decision lena hai. That is what is the story's message mainly. Then Sudanva vacha. Then Gam pradadyaha tu aurasaya yadvanyat syat priyam dhanam dvayor vyoto tatyam vachyam cha vatiman tvaya. He says, Gam pradadyat aurasaya. Tamara oras putra aapke hai na, which Virochan. You give all the cows to him, which you promised to give. Yadva anyat syat priyam dhanam, and all other dhana ityadi, Hiranyam, you said, you give it to your son. I have not come for them. Dvayor vedatoho. When we both came with the vivada, tatyam vachyam cha. You are supposed to speak what is truth. Matiman tvaya. You are matiman, you are intelligent. You must give the true judgment. For that we came. All this dhanam gav, you give to your son, you keep it with him only. मुझे नहीं चाहिए. प्रहलाद said, अथयो नैव प्रब्रूयात् सत्यं वा यदि वा नृतं एतत् सुधन्वन् पृच्छामि दुर्विवक्तास्म किं वसेत्. Then Prahlada is asking a question to Sudhanva कि अथयो नैव प्रब्रूयात् सत्यं वा यदि वा नृतं. If I don't speak satya or asatya, I keep mum. न दोनों में कोई जवाब ही नहीं दिया, मानो टाल दिया, मेरे को नहीं मालूम. और सत्यवा यदि वा अमृतम दुर्विवक्ता, देन और इफ आई स्पीक अनट्रुथ एतत् सुधन्वन् पृच्छामि दुर्विवक्तास्म किम वसेत्. If I don't answer you or if I answer wrongly or jhut, what will be my lot? Where will I go? What will be my paristhiti? What are the consequences to me if I speak lies as well as if I don't speak? Hey Sudhanva, you tell me. Prahlada knows everything, but he is asking Sudhanva for the sanction and authority. Because I am in dilemma now. None of the answer I can give that you are great or he is great. If I tell my son is great, then Brahma Hatya dosh ho jayega. If I say you are great, then Putra Viyog ho jayega. While discussion of all that, remember, there is nobody in vagueness. Nobody in vagueness. Like in India, like regarding this, Muslims breaking our temples. Nobody in vagueness. Every Muslim knows that they have broken our 30,000 temples. Everyone knows. Every leader who are talking, all of them know. Every Congress fellow knows that Ram Mandir is broken. Truth is known by everyone. That is a Mahamaya. Still, it has required a legal process. Then you have to value those stupid rascals and you have to manage the sensitivity of the issue. ये तो है. The fellow who broke the temple itself is wrong. He should not do that. But he did it. Like what is central government doing? Does not the opposition party know it? They know, but still problem ये होता है दुनिया में. In this case, Brahmana is great. Sudhanva knows it. Virochana knows it. Then Prahlada knows it. Keshini knows. Every know it. But the point is what? There is a problem with the selfishness and ego. This Sudhanva deserves it by his authority. He is dharmic. But Virochana wants it out of the way, though he doesn't deserve. At that place of ego and selfishness alone or the desire, all problems come to individual and total. This is actual Vedanta. Though I am not explaining those angles detailedly, I am only story पे stick कर रहे हैं. And what is the Upadesha? We have to learn which Vidura wants to teach to Dhritarashtra. Lot of things. Then he says, मैं झूठ बोलूंगा या गलत सही जवाब नहीं दूंगा क्या होगा? Sudhanva says, so simple according to Shastras. Yam ratrim, Sudhanva vacha. Yam ratrim adhivinnastri, yam cha eva akshaparajitaha, yam cha bharavi taptangaha, durvivakta asmatam vaset. The durvivakta, the wrong speaker, जो झूठ डिसीजन देता है, he will have that type of days every day, that type of dukkha. Like what three examples are given. Yam ratrim adhivinnastri. The life lived by a Stri at night when her husband is not there with her. He has gone with other lady whom he married. Let us say he got a second marriage and he is with her. What goes through her mind? That will be the dukkha to you if you speak. One example. Second is Yacha eva akshaparajitaha. The misery felt by a person when the share market, stock market breaks down, or the one who's lost in the द्यूत क्रिया अक्षपराजित. उसका दुख देखो ना, इतने दाव पे लगाते हैं, everything is lost. The दुख of the Yudhishthira and all when he lost everything. That will be your dukkha. Second. Third, yamcha bhara, the one who is having heavy load kept on his body for years together. How he will suffer? That will be the suffering. If you speak lie. Because the bhara of the speaking lie in the heart is like that. झूठ बोल के टाइम बाहर का काम होता होगा, बट अंदर उसका जो बोझ है वो जिंदगी भर चलता है. एनी पाप डन, बट वी आर सच स्टूपिड फेलोस आर रेडी टू कैरी द लोड्स ऑफ सिंस but not able to give it up. That simple common sense, if it comes, both in Adhyatmic sadhana also, that is Kama Krodha Adi are the loads on my heart. If this is understood and ready to get unload them, you are such a free person. I'm Jiva, it is a load. I'm Panchakosha, it is a load. Unload it. You just be relaxed as a Brahma. Brahman is weightless. Spiritually, that is to be understood. In the Vyavahara, the Adharma, the Papa, the Anyayam, all of them are loads. So too the negative emotions of anger, ये सब बेकार के बोझ है रे बेवकूफ, छोड़ो ना उसको. So too the Swartha, Ahankara. There's such a heavy loads, more heavy than a heavy load held by a person on the head, or the one who lost all the play of dice, or the one like that women. Then Nagare Pratiruddha San, fourth one. Bahirdware Bhuvukshitaha Amitran Bhuyasa Pashyad Yaha Saksham Anutamade. The fourth example is given is if you speak wrong thing or untruth, your experience like that person who is not allowed to enter into the Nagara. Point one. Bahari rok diya usko. Bhuvukshitaha is not given even a drop of water to drink. Third, Amitran Bhuyasa Pashyad. He is surrounded by terrible enemies who are ready to kill him. What is an amount of dukkha for him? A Raja not allowed to enter into kingdom, stopped outside. His own kingdom is not allowed. You have to understand the deep meaning between these examples. If I try to analyze the example, it will take hours together. A Raja who was lavishly enjoying his own kingdom as king is not allowed to enter. That itself is the biggest dukkha. Then he who is to have chappan bhog every day, not even given a drop of water. See the extreme pain of that Raja. Third, the one who is always praised by the Vandi Magada, Bahuraja, Bahuparag, Raja Martanda, Ravi. Instead of that, the terrible enemies abusing and ready to kill him are there around. How it looks like. Just like the other country army capture our army or we capture them. So in the enemy's land you are caught there on their now arms we have to live, ALMS, and then they are surrounding us with torturing. How dukkha you feel? That will be the dukkha. Hey Prahlada, if you speak untruth. Then he says, Pancha Pashwan Rute Hanti, Dashanti Gavan Rute, Shatam Ashwan Rute Hanti, Sahasram Purushan Rute. She means what? If for the sake of Pashu, like the cats, the goats and etc., sheep, if one speaks untruth, for the sake of the goats, sheep, etc., one speaks untruth, 5 generations of his elders, he has destroyed them. पंच उनके पूर्वज वंश नाश होते हैं. So to Dashahanti Gavan Rute, for the sake of cow, gaining a cow, if a person speaks untruth, his 10 generations are destroyed. 5 नीचे 5 ऊपर ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं. Then Shatam Ashwan Rute, for the sake of the horse, if somebody speaks untruth, 100 generations of his earlier people are destroyed. Hanti Sahasram Purushan Rute. Then for the sake of the human beings, if somebody speaks untruth, then he will be thousands of generations destroyed. Here Purusha is your own son, Virochana. उसके लिए तुम झूठ बोलोगे, तुम्हारे हजारों पीढ़ियां नाश हो जाए. Now see the contrast in Prahlada's life. With his great devotion, Bhagavan Narayana Nrsimha said, your 21 generations are liberated. Now Sudhanva says, for the sake of a stupid fellow, if you speak untruth, your 1,000 generations, you will be destroying them. Then further, Hanti Jata na Jatanscha Hiranyarte Nrutam Vadan Sarvam Bhumi Anrute Hanti Masma Bhumi Anrutam Vadehe. So, Hanti Jatan Ajatanscha Hiranyarte Anrutam. For the sake of the gold, lot of wealth. If you speak untruth, all your children born, going to be born, all of them get destroyed. Lastly, Sarvam Bhumi Hanrute Hanti. If it is for the sake of Bhumi, you are speaking untruth, you will lose everything. Your wealth, your children, your friends, relatives, your life also you will lose for the sake of Bhumi if you speak untruth. Therefore, Masma Bhumi Anrutam Vadehe. Therefore, I suggest you, for the sake of Bhumi, don't speak untruth. Here the Bhumi is the simile example that Keshani is like the Bhumi. For the sake of Keshini, don't speak untruth. She is a Bhumi here. And what Dhritarashtra is doing for the sake of Bhumi only. He is speaking untruth. Means he is saying, you have sent Sanjaya as an ambassador to the Pandavas only to speak untruth for the sake of the Bhumi. In fact, the Bhumi belongs to them. De dena chahiye tha. Now he is hinting Vidura with all his sixth sense and vision. If you don't change your decision after listening from me, this is what going to happen. What is that? Sarvam Hanti. और वही हो गया कि नहीं? For the sake of Hastinapur राज्य लड़े दोनों सारे all 99 children died. One I think पांडव के पक्ष में आया तो बच गया होगा. देखो fact, and these are all lessons for us also. Sarvam bhumi anrute hanti masma bhumi anrutam vadehe. Let's not speak lie for the sake of bhumi. Okay, Prahlada Uvachana. Prahlada is so matured, he is a great devotee of God. फिर मत्तः श्रेयो नंगिरा वै सुधन्वा तद्विरोचना मातास्य श्रेयसी मातुः तस्मात् त्वं तेन वै जितः. He is addressing his son Virochan. बेटा विरोचन, देखो मेरे से अंगिरा ग्रेट है. ओके, सुधन्वा तद्विरोचना, तुमसे सुधन्वा ग्रेट है. माता से श्रेयति मातुः, एंड हिज मदर इज ग्रेटर देन योर मदर. So, if you, I am your father, greater than me is father of Sudanva. He is कौन है? अंगिरा ऋषि. So अंगिरा ऋषि का पुत्र है सुधन्वा. So then greater than you is this Sudanva. Clearly answer given. And your mother, Kayadu, whatever, greater than her. He is this Angira's wife and Sudanva's mother. Clearly he said. Therefore, Tam Tena Vai Jitaha. So you are conquered by Sudanva. Oh, my dear Virochan. Prahlada, I was afraid of those consequences. Therefore, he spoke the truth. Then Virochana Sudanvaya Ayam Prananam Ishvara Tava. Hey Virochan, now this Sudanva is the Ishvara of your pranas. Sudanvan Punahichami Tvaya Dattam Virochana. But he is asking Sudanva, if you feel like you can take my son or you can give back. Sudanva Vacha. Yad Dharmam Apurnita Atvam na Kamat Anrutam Vadihi Punah Dadamite Putram Tasmat Prahlada Durlabham. Because for the sake of the Kamana, you have not spoken the untruth or the lie. Therefore, I am giving your putra back to you. This kind, compassionate Sudhanva gave that child back. Child means that son. Not only that, he says, Esha Prahlada Putra Hate Maya Datta Virochanaha. I have given this putra to back to you, a Prahlada Virochana. I am not killing him. Fir Pada Prakshanam Kuryat Kumaryaha Sannidho Mama. He says, in my Sannidhi, let he do the Pada Prakshana of that Kumari. Hmm? That may be a tradition that time of marriage, that he'll have to wash the feet of her before getting married. So I will be the Purohita to get married with these two. I am not coveting her. इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? Because the Prahlada spoke truth, not only he got his son back, he got the daughter-in-law also. So Sudhanva के तरफ से, neither he wants to kill this Rakshasa Virochana, nor he want to marry her. He just wants the truth. He doesn't want to claim that he is great. He wants the truth. Obviously, the truth is he is great. He means the Brahmanas are great. Brahmana means Jnana. Kshatriya is the Bala. Brahmana is the Jnana. Kshatriya is Shakti. ज्ञान शक्ति ही बाकी शक्तियों से महान है. नो दिस इज द स्टोरी. हो गया सब कथा कहानी जो है एंड. नाउ विदुरा विल हैव टू टीच धृतराष्ट्र फ्रॉम दिस स्टोरी ना. वन थिंग विल सी टुडे, रिमेनिंग टुमारो. विदुरोवाच अस्माद् राजेन्द्र भूम्यर्थे नानृतं वक्तुमर्हसि मा गमः ससुतामात्यः नाशं पुत्रार्थम अब्रुवन्. तस्मात् देयरफॉर राजेंद्र, वो राजा धृतराष्ट्र, Bhumyarthe, for the sake of kingdom, na anrutam vaktumaras. Don't speak lies. If you do, ma agamaha sasuta amatya nasham putrartham abruvan. For the sake of your son, if you are going to speak lie, you, your children, every one of them are going to die. Don't invoke that type of curse. You will be dying. Here the Brahmana Shakti so much he will, because the Prahlada spoke the truth, the son is spared. If not, the Brahmana would have given shrap for all of them, because already said no, कि जो बंदा झूठ बोलता है इसका ये सब नाश हो जाएगा. He has given the Vagbanam. It is like the entire weaponry is set. It's only you have to press the button. Rack. So सिर्फ बटन प्रेस करना है सुधनवा को. He only has said everything in the arrow, the arms and everything is ready. The Prahlada speaks untruth. This thing which is said in the earlier 4 slokas, that what will happen to a person who speaks untruth, that will happen to him. But luckily he says truth, button was not pressed. On the other hand, the kingdom, everything is given. In a sense, if you give Rajya to Yudhishthiradi, they will make your children as Yuvaraj and all, everything would be wonderful. If you, for the sake of the Raja, speak a jhota and don't support the Pandavas, support only son, because jhota hai, the Pandavas are so powerful, Krishna also is with them, your children, you, everyone will die. Now, what is the lesson for you and me? For anything's sake, we should not speak untruth. That's it. And when we are maintaining Satyata, the Bala of the Satya is one side, it will give you Dharma Artha Kama, other side will give Moksha also. Therefore, Utam Vadishyami, Satyam Vadishyami. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Then what are the beautiful further things? Vidura goes on teaching based on this story to Dhritarashtra is the theme of this entire chapter. Next some 15 or 18 slokas. Or maybe कितने हैं 78 है 40 means around 35 36. Study them tomorrow onwards. Now, this is how the values they used to practice. Where the values get lost totally, that's called Kali Yuga.